Getting ready, I'm going to set my camera view up. So we're going to start on our floor mats on all fours. And we're going to start with some power to get our bodies moving. So you can always do these power moves seated in your chair if you don't feel comfortable getting down onto the ground. So the first one is the power up. So if you're in your chair, that's where you're leaning down and then stretching your arms up wide. And if we're on all fours, we're doing the same idea from here, doing a small elbow bend and then powering up tall. Just my hand. A good option for that, I like to show, if you have trouble controlling it, like you're coming down too fast, try it with your hands on your chair or like a couch, so that you have less distance and you can have more control. So those are your options. Let's run through these 10 times together. We'll go nice and slow because I really want you to emphasize that extension and wide arms back. We'll go through 10 together. Let's come down. 1, wide fingers, squeezing your shoulder blades. Down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. 6. Down. 7. Down. 8. Down. 9. Down. 10. Looking good. So if you're in your chair, the power rock is our next move. If you're seated, you're going to lean onto one arm and reach up and across, and you can stretch that opposite leg out. That's your seated move, but if you're on all fours, we're going to rock back into a child's pose and then push your hips down. My elbows stay straight for this. So I'm rocking back, stretching out my lower back, and then my elbows stay straight as I rock forward. Yep, you guys look good. If you're seated in your chair, you can alternate back and forth to each side. So let's count by 2s as we go through this. Again, I want to go through a little bit slower, really feeling the stretch. So let's rock back. Keep your elbows straight and rock forward. 2. Rock back. 4. Rock back. 6. Rock back. 8. Rock back. 10. Rock back. 12. Back. 14. Back. 16. Rock back. 18. Good. Last one. Rock back. 20. Nice job. You guys look really good. Next, we're doing our power twist. So with one arm, I'm reaching up towards the ceiling. I'm looking up at this hand and spreading my fingers wide. And then I'm taking that arm and threading the, excuse me, threading the needle, pushing my shoulder down towards the mat. And then I'll do it with the other side. Reaching up, looking up at my hand, and then tucking that arm through, pushing my shoulder down. So if you're seated in your chair, as a reminder, you're starting with your arms wide. You're going to turn to clap, opening with your arms wide again, and then turning the other direction. So let's do 10 all together, starting with one side, and then we'll switch. We'll count up by 3s this time. So reach up, look up at your hand, and tuck that arm through. 3. Now switch sides. Reach up. 6. Reach up. 9. Up. 12. Up. 15. Up. 18. Up. 21. Up. 24. Up. 27. Up. 30. Nice job, everyone. Last move we're going to do is our power step. So a couple different versions of this, but if you're in your chair, you're taking a big step out with one leg and then a big step in. For us on all fours, I want you to really think about building momentum. So we're going to rock back kind of to build momentum so that we can spring one foot forward. And from here, you can bring your arms up or you can stay low in this position and really feel that stretch on your hip. And then we'll switch. I'm going to build momentum as I rock back and then spring my leg forward. If that is challenging for you, I want you to try it from the side of your couch or chair. It is so much easier. So rocking back, you have so much more hip mobility to do those alternating steps forward. So that's a really good option there. So let's do 20 altogether, 10 on each side. Let's count up by fives as we do this, okay? So rock back, 5. Rock back, 10. Rock back, 15. Rock back, 20. Rock back, 25. Looking good. Back, 30. Back, 35. Back, 40. Back, 45. Back, 50. Back, 55. Back, 60. Back, 65. Back, 70. Back, 75. Back, 80. Back, 85. Back, 92 more. Back, 95. Back, 100. Nice job. Really warming our hips up there. So I have a couple more moves to do on the ground here, but if you need to get off your knees or to grab a drink, feel free to do so. We're going to do some stretches. I'll give everyone a minute here. The first move we're going to do is a cat-cow. So if you're seated in your chair, you want to have your hands far out on your knees. And I'll show from the side, we're really trying to round out our back and then dip down. So getting a stretch in our upper thoracic spine. Certainly, you may feel more of it if you're on all fours, rounding up and then dropping down. Try not to let your elbows bend too much. You don't have to keep them locked out. You can also do it from here, rounding out your back and then dropping through. So let's go through 15 of these nice and slow together. Go until you feel a good stretch, and you can hold it if it feels good. You don't have to go at my pace. So let's round up. 1. Round up. You can see really rounding out your upper back. 2. Round up. Good. And drop it down. 3. Nice mobility. Round up. 4. Round up. 5. Round up. 6. Up. 7. Up. 8. Up. 9, up, 10. Good, so now we're gonna rock into a child's pose. We did a child's pose during our power moves, but I want you to move your knees a little bit wider, so maybe they're like at the sides of your yoga mat. So move your knees wider so that as we sit back, you get more of a stretch in your inner thigh. So the wider you move your knees, the more of a stretch you'll get. It shouldn't be painful, but I want you to feel a bigger stretch in between your inner thighs. So once you find that good width, go ahead and rock back, sit back onto your hips, and we're going to hold it here. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you're seated in your chair, do a forward fold like you're reaching down towards the ground. Let's do one more. Again, hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, bring your knees back in so that they're more stable. And now we're going to do more of a side stretch. So walk your hands to your right, and now you're going to sit your hips to the left. So go ahead and hold here. Again, we'll hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and come up. Now let's walk our hands to the right and sit your hips to the left this time. And again, we'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come up. Let's do one more to each side. Again, hands to the left and sit your hips to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come up, hands to the right. Sit your hips to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now we're going to move into some more hip mobility. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I want you to kick one leg out while keeping your back flat. Make sure that you're not rotating out so that your hip is lifting, but that both hips stay level. And then pull that knee in towards your chest. So one leg will go out straight, and then that same leg is going to pull in as far as you can. So let's do 10 on one side, and then we'll switch. If you're seated in your chair, I want you to stretch your leg out and back as far as you can, and then pull that knee in towards your chest. So same idea if you're sitting. We'll kick it back out, pull it in towards your chest, okay? So 10 starting on one leg. Ready? Kick back and pull in. 1. Keep your back flat, out. 2. Out. 3. Out. 4. Out. 5. Out. 6. Out. 7. Out. 8. Out. 9. Out. 10. Good. Let's switch legs. Now the other leg. Kick it back. Pull it in. 1. Back. 2. Back. 3. Back. 4. Back. 5. Back. 6. Back. 7. Back. 8. Back. 9. Back. 10. All right, we're going to move into a hip flexor stretch. So you can use a little bit of support on your chair. I want you to step one leg up into a stretch here, and we're gonna push this hip forward until you feel a pull on the front and reach your hand over towards that side. If you're seated in your chair, you can do a side bending stretch. Let's go ahead and hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's switch legs. If you need to turn to the other side so that you can use your other hand on your chair, feel free to do that. So you're leaning forward so you feel a pull on the front, and then I want you to reach one hand up and over so you're leaning towards the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One more stretch while we're here. Straighten that front knee out. So I'm still using this chair to help support me. If you're seated in your chair, straighten out one leg for the hamstring stretch that we do. We're just doing it in a different position. So lean forward till you feel a pull on the back of your leg, and we'll hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. So again, we're going to bring that other knee out in front. You can do it seated, or you can do it kneeling with me. And I'm keeping this knee straight as I bend forward until I feel a pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Go ahead and come back to your chairs, grab a drink. We're done with our floor activities. For now, we're moving into some power flows, but I'll let everyone take a moment and get some water and get comfortable. So when we think about our power moves, we can do the same way that we did our warm-up. We can do repetitions of the same move, but we know we also have many different positions that we can do them in. And we've done a flow frequently in here where we sequence them together. I want to sequence the same power move in different positions today. This is a vertical power move. So I'm going to have us move from prone on our stomachs to all fours to standing. And so half of the exercise is really just that transition, moving between those different positions. But it creates a dual task or cognitive challenge, as we have to remember, okay, how do I do this same move in that position while I'm having to do that transfer transition? So I'll go ahead and demonstrate. You don't have to join me yet. We're going to start with the power up. So as a reminder, the power up on your stomach, I'm going to come down so that my chest is down here. My elbows are out to the side. And I'm going to do a power up, bringing my elbows underneath me. Then from here, I'm going to come up onto all fours and do the power up that we did in our warm up. Remember that you can modify it. And from here, you can come up to your chair so that you're doing a power up here if you want some support. And then from here, we can all use our chairs to come into standing. And we'll do one power up in standing. That's our mini knee bend and a power up. A great modification if you don't feel comfortable getting up and down from the ground frequently, like throughout this class, or if the ground power moves are kind of challenging for you, why don't you do a seated power up and a standing power up? So I would sequence power up, and then I would come into standing for my power up. So we're sequencing that same move together as we move through those different positions. I'm going to have us do 10 rounds of that power up flow. Go at your own pace. You don't have to match mine. And at any time, if you need to take a break before you jump back in it, pace yourself. And make sure that you do have support when you're transitioning from the ground up to standing, because I want you to feel stable. But we'll do it together. So maybe 30 more seconds, and then I'll have us get set up with that together. Today is all about transfers and transitions. So I'm intentionally having a lot of floor work today so that we have lots of practice with that. So I'm going to start on my stomach. Remember, your option is to do a power up seated and then a power up standing if you don't want to do the floor work with us. So we're starting on our stomachs. And from here, we're going to do one power up. Then we're going to come into all fours. One power up. And I'm going to step one leg forward to come into standing. And one power up. So that's one. So now we're going to make our way back down. Nice and controlled, using support. Back down to your stomach. Power up. Up to all fours. Power up. Up to standing. Power up. And then we're heading back down. Everyone's looking good. Great job with this. On our stomachs here, one power up. Up to all fours. Power up. Controlled up to standing. Power up. Great job. That's 3. Let's go to 8. I'm switching it up a little bit. So 5 more. Go at your own pace. On your stomach, power up. Up to all fours. Power up. Controlled into standing. Power up. Halfway there. Everyone's looking really good, using big movements. Power up. Up to all fours. Power up. And controlled up to standing. Power up. That's 5. Good job. Back to our stomachs. Power up. All fours. Power up. And up to standing. Power up. 2 more. Back down to your stomach. Power up. All fours. Power up. And move up to standing. Power up. Last one. So here we have 1 power up. Up to all fours. Power up. And up to standing. Power up. Great job. Everyone did really well with that. So the next version we're going to do, just one more. We won't go through all the 4 power moves, but I want to do a power rock doing the same concept. So I'll demonstrate first. If I'm seated, we're doing, or if you don't want to get into the ground, you're going to do 1 power rock and sitting. And then you're going to come into standing. I know my camera view isn't great, but you're going to do a power rock to each side and standing. You're going to alternate between those 2 positions if you're going to do these seated. If you're doing the 3 positions, prone to all fours to standing, as a reminder, I kind of start in this propped up position and my power rock is reaching up and across to each side. And then our power rock is the one we did in our warm up, rocking back and then rocking forward, coming up to standing, and then that same move. I'll try to get lower so you can see me. You don't have to bend your knees, but you're reaching up and rocking to the other side. 8 of those, go at your own pace. You have the 2 different options of your flow, either sitting and standing or a prone to all fours to standing. Okay? So we're going to get ready in that first position here. We have 1 power move to each side, power rock, And get up on all fours and one power rock here. We don't have sides for this one. And then up into standing. One power rock to each side. Good. All right, back down to that first position, whether it's sitting or on your stomach. One power rock. Up to all fours. One power rock. Controlled up to standing. Power rock. Good, this is 2. All right, back to that starting position. Power rock. Power rock. Up to all fours. Power rock. Up to standing. Power rock. Good, this is 3. Starting position. Power rock. Power rock. Power rock. Control it coming up. Wide stance for your standing power rock. We are halfway done. That's 4. Back to your starting position. Power rock. Up to all fours. Power rock. Take your time coming up to stand. Power rock. That's 5. 3 more to go. Power rock. Up to all fours. Power rock. Come up to stand. Power rock. That's 6. 2 more. Power rock. Power rock. Power rock. Power rock. All right, last one. Power rock. Power rock. And finally up to standing. Power rock. Great job, everyone. That looks so good. I'm impressed with you. Grab some water. We just have 1 round of intervals today. These are all still focused on transitions, transfers, being able to move with big movement as we move from different positions. So the first one we're going to do, you don't have to join me yet. I'm just going to start to explain them. It's going to be a step and a sit to stand, like we're getting out of a car. So exaggerating a step out, stand up, sit down, step in. And then to the other side, step out, stand up, sit down, step in. So like we're getting out of the driver's side or the passenger side of a car. And then the next one we'll do . Looking at my notes and trying to figure out what I meant by this. Classic. All right. We'll switch up and do something else. So we'll do our sit to stand with one leg stretched out in front. So one knee is straight. It's going to put all the weight on this back leg as you're standing up and sitting down. Maybe do 3 or 5 on one leg and then we can switch sides. Another one that we're going to do is rolling. And if you do have weights, I didn't bring weights in with me. I know I told you we didn't need them, but this is a good option that you could use weights for. Because I want to practice rolling with a lot of momentum. So that as I bring one arm across, I'm really going to push hard. So I'm punching across, using a lot of momentum, and then coming back over and really building momentum with this side to punch across. And maybe again, I'll do like 5 on one side. If you do have a weight, you could punch with that weight. And then switching and I'll punch to my other side. So trying to build momentum as I do that roll. So I think I'll have us start with just those 3 exercises for our intervals. Okay, I think I know what I meant. I'm just trying to remember what I meant by this last exercise. Okay, our 4th exercise for that interval. You know what? We'll leave it at that. I don't think it makes enough sense to explain. So 3 exercises. We'll do 2 rounds through. We have the 2 sit to stand exercises and then the rolling one on the ground. So we'll do these intervals where we have a minute on and then 30 seconds off. And I'm going to have us go through both rounds of them together. If you need a longer break and need to stop sooner, stop whenever you need to and then jump back in. So I'm pulling up my timer here. So first we're starting with that side step out and the sit to stand, okay? Move my camera up a little bit more for these. All right, let's get ready. And begin. So step out, stand up, sit down, step in. Step out, stand up, sit down, step in. Exaggerate how big you're lifting that foot. You can also add your arms so that you're stepping out with your arms too as your leg comes out. Or another option is reaching your arms forward to build momentum as you stand up. So step out, reach forward. So your option. My camera really isn't liking this lighting with me coming up and down. I apologize about that. You have 15 seconds left. And rest. So 30 seconds to rest. And then we're transitioning to the one leg sit to stand. So for this, I'm keeping one knee extended or straight in front of me. And I'm going to keep it straight while I stand up. So still about 10 seconds to get ready. And your choice, I'm going to do either like 3 to 5 with my right leg straight. And then I'm going to switch and keep my left leg straight. So right leg out straight. We're going to stand up and sit down. I'm going to do about 5 before I switch, but somewhere between 3 to 5 for you before you switch legs. Keeping that one leg straight so that all the pressure is on that back leg. And then you can switch legs when you have a few of them done. You really have to exaggerate that forward lean to make sure that you're getting enough momentum forward. And switch again, if you haven't already, for that second time. For this last one, I'm just going to do 3 and then switch so I can get my left leg again. 3 seconds left. All right. Make your way down to the ground. We're going to do our rolling. You can do a big punch side to side. If you're staying seated, you can still work on momentum as you punch one arm across your body. Still about 10 seconds to get ready here. All right, let's begin. So using a lot of momentum to punch that arm across, like we're rolling to the side. Again, about 3 to 5. And then we'll switch arms. Punch that arm. And after a few, make sure you're alternating again. We have 20 seconds left. Three seconds. And rest. All right, make your way back up to your chairs. We're returning to that step out, sit to stand. We're going to do one more round for each of those. Anytime if you need a break, take your time. We have 5 seconds before we're transitioning back to that step out and sit to stand. All right, let's begin. So step out. Remember, your arms can coordinate with stepping out, or you can use them for momentum forward. Whatever feels like it helps you do the movement better. Alternating side to side. Nice job, everybody. About halfway done. Ten seconds left. And rest. All right, 30 seconds to rest before we do our sit to stand with one leg extended. Two exercises left. All right, one knee out straight. Let's begin. Lean forward. And remember, a lot of momentum to pull yourself up out of that chair with that other leg in front. About 3 to 5, and then we'll switch sides. Nice job. See a lot of momentum. That looks great. Good job, everybody. And rest. Great job. We have one exercise left. I'm either down on our mats to do the punch with momentum to roll, or in your chair, you can use a lot of momentum to twist and punch to the side, okay? About 5 seconds to get set up for this last interval exercise. And let's begin. And again, I'm going to do about 3 to 5 on one side before I switch. Really throwing that arm across. Building momentum. Good job, 20 seconds left. Five seconds to go. And rest. Awesome work. Make your way back up to your chair, grab some water. Nice job, everybody. So let everyone catch their breath. We're gonna do a couple seated core exercises. Rest for a moment. That was a lot of transition work, a lot of up and down from the ground. So I think the first one we'll do is just kind of set our posture. So I'm gonna have you scoot forward to the edge. Take your time if you're not with me yet, that's okay. For those of you who are ready, we'll just start setting our posture a little bit. So our chest is up, my shoulders are down and back, and I want to start with shoulder blade squeezes. So pinching my shoulder blades back together, then reach my arms out in front. So let's do 10 nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's move into a march opposite elbow to knee, but I want you to recline a little bit. So drop your back. So I'm still not using my backrest, but I'm kind of getting into a recline so that I'm engaging my abdominals. And while I'm in that recline position, I want to do that opposite twist. So let's do 20 of those. Try to keep that reclined position as you twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, rest. And we'll do that one more time. Another few seconds to rest here. And we'll kind of get into that recline position first. I'm going to hold this recline while I do that twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Relax. Keeping this upright position, I want to do side reaches. So I'm going to keep my shoulders square and do a reach towards the ground. So what I want you to avoid is kind of bending forward, but keeping your shoulders square towards the camera and just bending at your side. So let's do 10 to your right, and then we'll go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, keep your posture up tall, shoulder blades back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now do the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again, each side, keeping your shoulders square and your shoulder blades back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I just want to do a recline position with a hold. So my arms are across my chest. I'm not using the back of my chair, but I'm using my abs to hold this position. I want to do a 30-second hold. This is the last exercise we'll do today before our stretches. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Nice job. Do some stretches and cool it down a little. So let's start with one arm across your chest and pull it towards you. We'll hold here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do a chest stretch. So bend your elbows a little bit and draw them back till you feel a pull across the front here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch those hamstrings again. So one knee out in front of you, bend forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cross that one leg over. Press down at your thigh and lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sit up tall and reach for the back of your chair to twist, and we'll hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And twist to that other side. Try to keep your posture up tall with it. You'll get a better stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do 10 finger flicks and we'll finish up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. We'll finish there and I'll see you next week. I'll stick around for a minute or two if anyone has questions too.
Great job.
Great workout, Katie. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everybody. Good to be with you.
Yeah, it was a good class. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought it was super hard. I got really tired, but I pretty much hung in there, but that was tiring.
You're keeping your own, Cheryl. What did you find most difficult? What pieces?
Well, I always do the up and down off the ground. That takes
Yeah.
a lot out of a person, but I know
Yeah.
we need to practice it and I
Yeah.
can do it. It's just that I got my heart rate right up there and
Good.
sweat quite a bit.
Good. But
And
you're
I'm glad you did it
you're
at the
doing really well
beginning.
with it.
I don't think I'd had the up for it by the end.
Thank you, Katie. Have a great week.
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Katie. See you next week.
See ya. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.